What's up, everybody? Ty Bartellin with another edition of Player Profile. This time we head to our friends over at the CANFIELD softball program. One of the seniors joining me today, Marina Koenig, the 6-hole shortstop joining me. How are we doing today, Marina?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. How exciting is it for you guys having this great week of weather to be able to get outside, get on the field a little bit, and get some reps in?
Yeah, it's been a really great week. We got out on the turf a couple days. Our field is just going through some drainage, so hopefully we'll be able to get on the field sooner than May this year. But we had a scrimmage. We have another scrimmage coming up on Friday, so I'm really excited for that.
You're coming off of the success of a basketball season, but you're also coming off of last year, which was a run for the ages, too, capped off with a state championship. Talk to me about just coming back into this season, too, the kind of hunger you have, too, coming into senior year to try to repeat, try to get to those big-time stages once again.
Yeah, senior year is a whole different animal, especially after coming off a basketball season like that. I mean, we accomplished things that no one thought we were going to. So, I mean, we got a little bit of a taste in there, like never playing basketball again. So I don't want to feel that again for softball. So, being able to go out there and just enjoy every minute and be able to play one more time with all the friends here that I have in Canfield.
Did the experiences of last year's softball run you feel like help you personally kind of further the team in the basketball season?
Yeah, 100%. It allowed me to kind of go into the basketball season with a different kind of confidence, knowing that we were able to be able to do whatever we did for softball season. So being able to go into basketball season with that kind of confidence that we can, like, it's achievable. I think that really helped.
Talk to me about just being a senior leader for this team now. You're one of the voices that is going to be leading the charge, and a little bit different look, but you guys return a lot of talent from last year too. What's that perspective like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really exciting. We have new people on the mound, on the right side of the infield too. I'm going to keep Sid to my left at second, which I've played with her for years and years and years, and Sammy to my right at third. So, I mean, pretty much our entire infield, outfield's back. Kaylee, I know Kaylee's going to step up. I know Paris is going to step up. And even a freshman, Cam Harina, I know that she's going to step up, even with just the dynamic that we have going on already, just being here a couple days, couple weeks after basketball. So, they're all going to step up. We're in for a good season.
What first drew you to softball? What's the first chapter in this story, and how did the passion for the sport develop?
Yeah, my dad coached here at Canfield for the baseball team for 13 years, I believe. So, growing up with a family like that, there are pictures when we were like as young as can be with at these games that he was coaching. So that's pretty much where the love started. It's in my blood.
From that first chapter to the chapters that are going to be following high school too. For those that don't know, do your little ESPN of where you're going to be going to the next level too to play softball.
Yeah, I'm going to Tiffin University to continue my academic and athletic careers. So I'm really excited about that.
Softball related wise, what were the things that drew you to the team and to the coaching staff?
Yeah, the coaching staff, they're really great about the recruiting process. It's a really grueling process. Lots of ups and downs, but they're at almost all of my games and throughout the summer. So being able to see them and their continuous support and really showing that they wanted me to come on their team and play for them, I think that's what really drew me to Tiffin. And there are a couple other schools that I really, really liked as well, but just the campus in general and their team dynamic after going to a camp, it was an easy decision from there.
From the first chapter in your softball career to the next one following high school, can you describe maybe somewhere in between a pivotal moment in your softball career that kind of helped shape who you are today?
Yeah, you go through a lot of ups and downs throughout life and throughout softball, and that's the game. I mean, you fail 7 out of 10 times, so in this game. But I think sophomore year, I went through a rough patch, especially in high school season. And I think that going from that year, from freshman year to sophomore year, I was able to learn a lot about myself. And like going through it with a new travel team as well last year, I was able to learn a lot and get some new eyes on me. And I think I learned more than I ever have in these last couple of years. And I think that really was able to form me into the player that I am today.
Going into senior year, I know for the basketball team, you were high energy. You were a voice for them too. What other leadership qualities do you think are essential to be a team captain and a senior leader?
Yeah, obviously it's being vocal and everything, but it's also like you have to perform at the like when your team needs you to. And I think in softball, I have a little bit more confidence when those opportunities arise than in basketball. But I think that like being able to stay positive is probably the number one thing, and be able to be a role model even without like telling people to do something. Like if you just do it, and people end up following you. And I think that that's what I try to do that more than anything.
You play on a hot spot on the field too, a flashy position. What are some of the most rewarding parts about playing shortstop?
Yeah, being able to rule the field, I think, is rewarding to me. Like I'm in every play, and like whenever your pitcher needs to calm down, I think I take it upon myself. Or Leah does a great job calling time and just talking through with our pitchers. But I just like being in charge of the whole field, like cutoffs from the outfield, double plays, everything, throw downs. So I just like being in charge of everything.
What advice would you give to some younger players too? Because I know Coach Koenig talked about 14 freshmen coming out. Obviously, this is a program that runs deep in the youth levels. What's some advice you'd give them to play, maybe not just at the collegiate level, but just to get to that varsity level and be in the shoes you guys are in?
Yeah, we just had a camp not too long ago, so I was able to talk to all these little girls. And the main thing that I say is just to have fun, because we all go through that little rough patch. You don't really have fun, you're not really loving it. So I say always be positive, always have fun, and never stop learning.
If I'm gonna give you some rapid fire questions, are you ready for
Yep, fire
them?
away.
All righty. What's your favorite play you've ever made?
Probably a diving in foul territory.
Okay. What's the walk-up music this year?
It'll be something by Rihanna, because I've stuck with Rihanna for the last 2 years. So it'll be something by Rihanna. I don't know yet.
What, what was it last year?
Last year it was Man Down.
Okay.
Sophomore year it was Woo, and I think this year it might be Raining Men.
It has to stay consistent, right? It's
It
one of those
does,
things.
yeah.
Are there any other things that you have like superstitions about too, or you find yourself being routine driven in certain areas?
Yeah, 100%. All my pregame things that I do, like I always have to listen to the certain playlist. My tea drills, I always hit with Sid. Um, what else? My hair has to be in the same hairstyle. Everything is the same every game.
If you were able to change the Canfield uniform to have an alternate any design of your choice, any color scheme, what would it look like?
Hmm. I think I would go for an all black, maybe with like some white socks, white belt with like red numbers. I think that would look sweet if we did like a blackout.
What is your preferred softball glove?
I have a Mizuno. I love my glove. It's my baby, so I would say that.
What's your favorite drill or practice routine that you guys run?
We do our double play thing. We just do rapid fire to the middle infielders, and we flip to second. I like that one. And then for years, we've been doing this one drill. It's called the diving drill, and you're just like on your knees, and you throw it above you, and you have to dive after it. So it's really fun.
Who's the funniest on the team?
I'd say Sophia Castronova. She is absolutely hilarious. She was on my basketball team, so she just continued it into softball. Other than Fia, is probably Kaylee Ortiz.
Who's the loudest?
Leah, 100%. Love her for
Who,
it.
if we were going to have all of you, I know you guys, a lot of softball players hate running, but if we were going to run foul line to foul line, who's winning that race?
Probably Jenna Treveri. She's
Okay.
really fast.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If we're going home run derby on this team, throwing just meatballs down the center, who's winning
Hmm.
that?
Either Kaylee or Leah, I'd have to say.
Okay. I'm surprised you're not willing to take any of the crowd. You like referring to the team.
Yeah.
When we talk about this team too in particular, what is one of the things you want this team to remember you by?
I want them to remember me by my positivity, my work ethic, and just being able to lead the team in like a manner that it's not being mean, it's not anything, it's being able to guide the team in the right direction.
If you were able to take one skill from any one of your teammates, whose skill would you take and why?
I would take Sid's backhand. Her backhand is insane. She can cover so much ground, and it's absolutely like it should be singles, and she just gets him behind second base. It's madness. It's crazy.
What skill do you have that you're most proud of that you've developed?
I'd say my ability to like be able to field a ground ball for diving at it. Like that, I think that's a really difficult thing, and it took me so long to figure out how to do it and actually field the ball after diving and be able to get a throw off. But this past summer, I've made a couple of those plays, and they've made the highlight reel.
Yeah. It takes time to get that timing down, no doubt. When you
Mm.
talk about traditions for the team, what's your favorite kind of team tradition?
We always do scavenger hunt, which we haven't done it yet this year, but one night we all go out and we have this big long list, and they all add up points, however, like whatever you do. So we go around Canfield and do all the things on our scavenger hunt. I think that's really fun.
Do you have a sort of lucky charm or item that you got to play with?
Not necessarily. I would like to wear my necklaces when I play, so mostly just that.
What is the most challenging pitcher you faced?
I'd have to give it to Sydney Watts. The last 2 years, I mean, I've been watching her playing at Georgia Tech too. My dad always follows her around too, so it's pretty cool to be able to watch her like not even finish her senior year and be playing at Georgia Tech, and like we had just played them not like a year ago. So it's pretty special
There's
for her.
it's special for this whole conference. There's so many collegiate level softball players in this conference. It really is, I think, one of the best in the entire state, if not the best. If you weren't playing shortstop, what position would you play?
Um, I catch sometimes, but I think I would be an outfielder,
Okay.
honestly. I played a little bit of outfield last year, but something about being able to, I just like diving. So, like
Yeah.
balls in the gap, I would just dive after all the time.
So in terms of that, what would you rather do? A game saving diving catch or a game winning hit?
I'd say game winning diving catch. I think that's pretty sweet.
Defensive end of things. Defensive end.
Mhm.
I like it. What do you talk when you're talking about players that were kind of mentors to you when you were coming up? Who was a big mentor or role model for you?
Definitely Milena last year. She was a great inspiration to all of us, I think, because she was able to stay so calm in so many different situations and so many different games. And she always worked unbelievably hard. Nothing seemed to ever phase her. But it was her and I think Bayan Jadala. My freshman year, she was the one who like drove me around everywhere when I was a freshman. So she was kind of in the same boat. She was a pitcher, first baseman, but she was always relaxed and under control, and she worked really, really hard at everything. So I mean, I think those two in the last couple of years.
Flipping the script now, who's some players that you're trying to take under your wing and kind of mentor a little bit?
Yeah, definitely some of the juniors. They've become some of my best friends too. Like Kaylee Ortiz, we go way back. She's like one of my best friends. And even some of the freshmen, like Cam Harina, she has so much potential and she has a really pretty swing. So I think she can do a lot when she gets older. And even this, especially this year too, because we're going to need as many pitchers as we can get throughout any games. So I think some of the freshmen and then all of the juniors, I hope I was able to make an impact on them.
Well, Marina, I think you've made quite an impact on Canfield sports in general on both the court and the field. Before I let you go, I want to give you the chance to shout out your family, shout out support system, shout out all the big names that you couldn't have been doing this journey without.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my coaches, all my travel coaches from when I was like 9 years old to now. My parents for like the endless hours and money that they've spent on me, and my dad for teaching me everything I know, and my teammates because none of this is possible without them. And then especially Sid, like I've played with her literally since we were 10 years old. So it's really great that we were able to finish the season out and even play a travel season together too. So that's really special.
We're excited to see what that middle infield and all of the Canfield Cardinals softball team has to produce this season. I know it's going to be another special one for you, and we can't wait to see you out there on the diamond. Good luck this season, Marina, and we'll be talking to you again real soon.
Thank you very much.